So, as I was mentioning, it's August right now, and August is a magnificent time for manifestation because we have a lot of cosmic energies coming into the mix due to the Lionsgate portal, which has to do with the way Sirius is aligned with our own sun and our own planet. And so we're going to do a couple of different practices, and you might find that one resonates more than the other. And I encourage you to play with both in your life and just see what continues to open up for you. Because what we're going to do, a lot of times people are efforting to make things happen. And I'll give you an example of that. Even with their manifestation work, they're working to make things happen. So I know a woman, she's a lawyer, but very, not just left brain. She's very open to different techniques and manifestation things. And so she decided to um, do the work of Bob Proctor, who is featured in The Secret, and he's wonderful. I'm not going to knock Bob at all. And one of the things that she adopted, and she was doing it religiously, is I'm so happy and grateful now that I have my, and she was living on the East Coast at the time. So now that I have my job in Hawaii with this, that, and the other thing. Okay. So seeing it, feeling it, knowing it, like doing this, I'm so happy and grateful. Meditation. I mean, affirmation. Okay. Gets a job in Hawaii, gets to Hawaii, hates it, absolutely can't stand it, right? Does not like it at all. Okay. So, what we have to recognize is there are two places where our desires can come from. They can come from your soul and what's soul aligned, and they can come from ego and what ego thinks will be awesome, right? And it's pretty important to get a sense of where your desire is coming from because you can make that desire show up. You can ask for it, allow it, receive it, and it can be a completely different thing than you had hoped it would be. So even though she got what she wanted, she got sort of the managerial stuff she was hoping for. It was too much. She felt disconnected from all the people she loved way across the country on the other side of the country. So there were definite elements that she didn't weigh when she was putting this manifestation into action. And so, what I'd love for you to do is get a sense of just one thing right now that you would like to have show up in your life. Okay. And maybe for you, like her, it was a strong desire. Okay. And now get a sense of what it would feel like to have that. The feeling is important. Get a sense of seeing it, smelling it, tasting it, all of the senses. Like, what is that like? And now ask yourself, am I desiring this because I really think it's going to bring me something else? What do I mean by that? So let's say I want to grow my YouTube channel to 500,000 viewers. Okay. Am I desiring that because I really think it's going to bring me something else? Or is it a genuine, like, this is what I really want? Usually, with something like that, it's, well, I want to get my message out into the world, or I want to get a book deal, and that's what I think is required. Okay. So in that case, the real desire would be book deal or get message out. And there are millions and millions of ways that that could occur that don't involve YouTube at all. Okay. So tapping into the desire you have now, is there a different desire sort of underneath that, hidden underneath that, or maybe it's not so hidden? And then ask yourself this question: is this desire arising from my ego or from spirit? Because, like this woman, sometimes you really, really want something and it's not soul aligned. That happens a lot of times in relationships, right? With relationships. I really, really, really want this person. Okay. So and there are tools, there are deeper things we can explore together, like using the Akashic records to determine what is a soul aligned manifestation, what is a soul aligned desire. That's a powerful tool for helping discern, for helping, suss out and assess what is soul aligned. But for now, just asking that question and asking it again and again in your life can help you, like, be really like, oh yeah, okay, it is from a sense of need. The sense of need is always from ego. It is a sense from a sense of fear that I won't have something. That's always from ego. So a sense of openness, peace, feeling aligned, feel like even just an expansive, lit up sense is often from soul or spirit. So now we have that desire, and I'm sure you have other desires as well, but let's if you feel truly that that desire is soul aligned, we'll create an energetic grid for that desire. If you're not sure if that one is, then see if you can find a different one that you sense, I know that this one is soul aligned. And I want you to close your eyes. And we always desire something because of the way energetically we sense we'll be when we have that desire. We, we want the relationship because we think, it will expand our sense of love and being loved and connectedness and support, like a soup of different um, of feelings, emotions, or energies. So as you're here, what's that soup of energies you would be experiencing if this were already in your life? Is it fun, pleasure, play, support, security, joy, expansion, connection? What are all those energies? And whatever you can, as much as you can, get a sense of being those energies now. Because the being of those energies is the magnetic force, right? Humans, beings here on this planet, are both electrical and magnetic. So the being of those energies is that magnetic force. Okay. So be those energies. And now uh, think of any, actually, let's do this part. Um, Imagine a container or a platform for your desire. So a giant bowl, or imagine, this, you're just choosing a shape for as a symbol of your desire. So allow a shape or a symbol of your desire to just arise within your mind. This is in itself a powerful practice for manifesting, because this shape or symbol is delivered from spirit, and spirit it communicates to us through symbolism and shape, sometimes sound too. So whenever you get stuck or frustrated or unsure, in doubt about this particular manifestation, just bring that shape or symbol lightly to mind. Okay, it's being supported. Now, so we have this shape, and I want you to make it big enough to imagine that it could hold all these energies that you're playing with, that you would like to have in your life. And from this place, call in any beings, any archetypes, any gods or goddess energies that you would like to support you in this. For example, Ganesha is considered the icon of success, or the archangels, you can call them in. Even if you don't know their names, or you do, any beings that would help you hold these frequencies in your life. Okay. So now this desire isn't only yours, right? It's a co-creation. It's always been a co-creation, but you're now more consciously co-creating this with this team of yours. Okay. And you can even include your own personal team that's with you all the time. But now, consciously name some of the energies that you would like to have in your mind. You could even see them in your mind. The words, love, joy, support, any of that. Right? So you're infusing more of this into your creation. And as you do, get a sense of what those feel like in your body. And imagine that to the universe, to all that is, which is bigger than the universe, this is irresistible because it's so juicy. It's like, yes, yes. You've activated, you've empowered, you've infused all these energies, you've invited support. And now you have a shape to recall and can bring this back to play with anytime you wish. So powerful to create a grid like this. Now keep this lightly in your mind, the feeling of this. And again, if it's not feeling like a full body, yes, yes, this is so fun. Yes, I'm having this. See what you can do to activate that within yourself, make it more real. That is a great standalone practice that we've just done of creating a grid. And now we're going to just imagine like a column. Your grid is in a column that goes through you from above you, and this column is filled with light. It's kind of like, at the airport, you step into that thing and you hold your arms out, and so a column like that, but juicy, wonderful, light energies. And we're in August. So February is 6 months from now. And whenever you're doing this, you can pick your own timeline. What would you really like to have show up between now and February? And you can imagine this arising and joining you in this column of light. You can make the column a little bigger if you need to, maybe very big. What is happening in your home? Perhaps travel, with your loved ones or pets, with your spiritual life or personal growth. With your creativity and fun, with your work and financial flows. What else? Anything else? Now, this column is connected to source. Source is infusing all of these desires with energy. All of these desires are being infused in and through you. What about with your body? What would you like with your health, your wellness, your mental and physical vitality? And now from you, energy is pouring into these desires like a waterfall. You're so loved. Send streams of energy out to all people who can support these desires, all the beings, all the places, people, places, events, beings, and energies that would like to contribute to this as well. Like delicious wafting scents to them that can just follow to you because you're so filled up with all these qualities that you've been asking for. You're already having it. The only reason we ever want something is the way we think it will make us feel. And that feeling that you're looking for is already a part of the essence that you are. You're already that essence. filled up from source. And take a few breaths as you relish this. Again, getting a sense of having all of this. What would it be like to have this? And breathing, integrating this practice. Just nice slow breaths to integrate. And know that the more you reflect these energies, right, the more other things in your life will show up that reflect them as well, that are an energy match to them. Meaning, your mind doesn't even have to conceive of the wondrous things that are going to show up because you're already being those energies and things you magnetize to you. What is a match? In being it, you receive it. And the next time we meet together, I'm going to do an exercise about releasing your perspective about a problem that you think you have in your life because it's it's very revealing. And so as you're here, just with gratitude for yourself, for your own awareness, for your willingness to be present with what you desire. And just when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes and type a word or two into the chat about what arose for you during this practice. Peace, relief. Our minds sometimes get ahead of us about what we don't have yet. And so those are two beautiful things that arise. Um, Also, we have more clarity, light, curiosity, empowering feeling, gratitude. Yeah. And I'll make this recording available to you. And then you can do this again with us. Beautiful and grounded. Yeah. The essence. So each of these feelings that are energies that you've mentioned here in the chat, those are a quality of the truth of you. You are peace. And relief, as an extension of that, right? There's a relief of not being in the mind, all of that. You are clarity, lightness, curiosity, empowered, beautiful, grounded. You are all of this already. And it's just the mind's story that we aren't, right? The mind got that idea from, when you were a small child. And as a small child, you come in knowing I'm light, I'm curious, I'm this and that. Maybe not with that cognitive story about it, but you just are it. And then we get messaging and messaging and messaging. You need to get, you need to be different. You need to, do this in the right place and you didn't, therefore you're bad, and this sort of clouds our perspective on what we really are. And so an awakening is actually a process of subtraction. It's a process of letting go of all those stories to reveal, oh, I'm what I've already been looking for, always been looking for, right? I'm already it. And it's so peaceful. But then a sense of peace and clarity and supportedness arises. And you don't have to look for it because it's already present. It's just been hidden, covered by our stories. And so Kaylin says, seeing how life is an energy, it just is. Yeah. It's just ever present, always flowing. And you're flowing in the current of that, which you are. Um, so thank you for being here with me. Thanks for your comments in the chat. Like I said, I'll make this available for you. And also, I put in my email recently that I'm open for a couple of new clients. I usually work for an extended time. And so if you're curious about that, there's some big thing you would like to manifest, or even just, a bunch of smaller things, I'm happy to support you in that if we feel like it's a right fit, if it's a match. And then also there are a couple of retreats you're invited to. I have one at the end of September. It's on Maui. It's for both of the retreats on Maui, lodging is included, and it makes being on Maui pretty affordable. And we're going to do shamanic practices and breath practices in a workshop called Meditation, Magic, and Change. And that'll be September 27th. And then in November, one of my favorite things, I actually was on the phone with a woman who came last year, and she's like, "Are you doing that again?" And I said, "Yes." And she's like, "All I wanted was for it to be longer." And I said, "Oh my gosh, it's a little bit longer this year actually." And then she was so sad she couldn't, the timing won't work for her. But it's just a delicious container and group of women exploring the Akashic records together. So we deepen our intuition, and the Akashic records are like a field of information everyone has the ability to tap into if you know how. And so I teach how to access it visually, how to access it from hearing, how to access through writing, and just a number of practices and exercises so that you can find your own way, the way that works best for you. So things can come in clearly. You can ask questions about your purpose, direction. You can ask how to heal things like relationships or money problems. There was one lady last year, it was the last day, and she had her eyes got big. She was like, "I know why I've had money problems all my life, and I just changed it." So, things like that just show up through accessing this field of information. And it's so beautiful to see people reconnect to that because it's just so empowering. And for me, it's been so empowering to bring clarity about relationships and direction forward, and also saved me a lot of money. I like to tell people it saved me $10,000 at least. I don't know about the rest, but at least $10,000. Um, so yes, so that is November 15th through 20th. And the website where that is called clarityspace.org. Also, if you prefer a little bit different experience, in February, going back to Belize, had a marvelous experience with a small group of women in Belize last year. And that was we did Mayan ruin experience. We cave tubed, we went to the jungle and the beach. And so that's more of a little adventurous journey, versus Maui is more, let's go see the stars and receive blessings from the stars. Let's go to the sacred valley and do a shamanic release in the sacred valley. and more internal adventure, and then connecting with the women. So clarityspace.org is where all of those retreats are. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, I do have that link. I'll just get it for you right now. And then, yeah, thank you. So I love Shifra just mentioned she got some good clarity. So that's amazing. Um, you just know you have something to share, and that's so beautiful. Let's see. I'm just gonna get you this one link. And then please, if you have things you would like to see, like Kathy, I watched this video and I want more videos like that. Um, Let me know, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go make a video and then I get stuck actually. Oh, there we go. There's that form, the one-on-one forum. Yeah. Kaylin, coaching prices depend on how often we meet and various things. For example, I have one client who initially, when she started working with me, she wanted to work together every other week. And now, I mean, every week. Um, and then it became 1 week, 1 hour, 1 week, half an hour, next week, hour, next week, half hour. Now she does yoga every other week with me and coaching every other week. So, it's all what's going to serve you the most, right? I can't just give you a program that like everyone gets, because that's not what's authentic, right? It's got to be what's going to be the best for moving you in the direction you want to go and getting what you want. So, all right. Thank you so much for your time and attention. And I will pop this up for you to revisit if you like. So watch for that email. And oh yeah, Shifra, actually on that coaching application, there is, if you would prefer being in a small group, that you can let me know that too, because
I filled that all out already. I filled
oh, you
that all out.
did? Okay.
I did it, yeah, yesterday.
Yeah. And I remember, Shifra, you emailed a little bit, or you let me know a little bit ago, like one of the practices we did, it was like one of your favorite times in your life. We were doing that practice of what was it? Oh, you can have that practice.
And I'm working on everything we did.
It's totally amazing. I got a text from a client last week and she said, Kathy, this is what I've been asking for, like I'm not anchored in one home anymore. I'm living the nomad life, and that's like I'm living my dream. So stories like that are what makes me like, oh yes, you can have what you want. Sometimes it just requires a little support and perspective. So all right, you all, thank you so much, and aloha. A big hug from Maui. um yeah, come visit me. Oh,
I am in November.
yay. Oh, fun.